Mondays I'm gonna catch you singing.
I try not to vocalize outwardly, but it happens occasionally.
Happy Monday, Rick. How are you?
I'm super deluxe. Thank you, my friend. Happy Mojo Monday, people.
I know 2022 in full swing. Here we go.
Number 2
Life is good. So we're number 2 of the 5 love languages, right? We're doing this in context of business. Just a quick reminder, it's physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. And jokingly, Rick, which one of the 5 are we not going to touch in business?
Yeah, that would be physical touch.
Yep, there you go.
There's an appropriateness to everything that you should abide by, and so we're not going there. But the others are on limits and full access, and I think are great ways to connect and communicate positivity.
So the 4 love languages of business, right? And last week we did
words of affirmation.
Yeah, come on now. So words of affirmation. It really,
you can do this. Yeah, Brett, you can do this.
Speaking truth into people and really helping them, even if they got to borrow our beliefs in terms of our words, helping people live their best life, right?
Absolutely. We talked about being strategic, not only with the number of people you connect with, and we threw the challenge of 100 people inside of a week that you connect with in a positive, meaningful way, and using a methodology that they best receive it, whether it's text, email, personal call, personal note, or a face-to-face.
Absolutely. So this week we're going to dive into gifts and gift giving, right? And, you know, in all honesty, we're coming off a holiday season where a lot of gifts were exchanged, and some people are really good at gift giving and some people are probably not so great at gift giving. But at the end of the day, the whole context of this is the love language, right? Yep. So some people's love language is to give gifts and some people's love language is to receive gifts. I think in this term, we're the real estate professional, we're going to be the one giving the gifts. So the language is really the people in our database receiving the gifts, right? And we're really kind of framing this conversation up in terms of that. So what's a gift?
I mean, it's an item of value that makes someone feel appreciated and just appreciated and respected and liked and all of those things that, you know, reflect the energy you want people to see in you.
Yeah, I really wrote down, it's like, you took time and energy and effort out of your day to go create a gift for me, and I recognize that, and that if that was my love language, it would really, you would see elation from me. You would see me really happy, and not even if it's not my love language. Most people respond well to gifts. No,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, so, especially if it's unexpected.
It's a thinking of you, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think the important thing here is we could do generic gifts and we could go buy 100 of the same thing and give 100 people the same gift. Or I could go down the path of an extra credit and really try to create a personalized gift for people. And how does that I called it extra credit, but why is that important?
Well, again, if you want to level up your impact, make it personalized and catered to their wants and needs. I mean, we kind of jokingly laughed about the fact that we've got, 100 of these bad boys, and Yeti coolers are great. But if they've got 13 of them already stacked in each other and don't fit in their cabinet, one more is not going to really impress them or have shelf life unless yours happens to be that much more, better or superior. But personalizing a gift to someone's wants or needs or their special interest absolutely changes the context of how they see the time and energy you took to go out and either procure or create that gift or and deliver it, of course.
Yeah. So like I should know that you're into fishing right now. And I see you posting all the pictures of your little bitty fish on Facebook.
Hey, they appear larger in the boat than they do in the picture.
So there you go. But at the end of the day, if I was going to give you a gift, I could personalize something around fishing, right? And I think that would speak to you, even if gift receiving is not necessarily your business love language. At the end of the day, it would be something that would have meaning to you. And you would be like, hey, he really took some time, energy, and effort to think this through and create that for me.
Absolutely. Absolute changer, game changer when it's personalized and specific. And there's, the number one question should be, how could you figure out or confirm what unique gift would really inspire someone to feel next level gratitude? What would you say to that, Brett?
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Create that next level of Facebook?
Yeah.
I'd find something on, you make it easy. You post the little fish,
You didn't have to say it twice.
Yeah.
It's pictures of my kids, man. They happen to have fish. I'm learning, but all that to say, you're right. I do make it easy. And to be honest, most people make it easy. Their college affiliations, whether it's a football team or their, social interests, or maybe they like to travel, or maybe they like exotic cars or classic cars, or, it's not really hard to connect the dots. And then, the more powerful your database is in terms of the content and the notes you keep with each time that you do some social snooping or have a conversation with them, they may reveal something of interest. Maybe it's tickets to a show that's coming up soon that you knew they were a fan of a particular artist, or the museum, or the Night of Lights. I mean, again, the more tailored and specific, the more impact.
Yeah. And to some of our listeners, this may sound real expensive, right? And it's not necessarily intended to go break the bank and buy all these people all these gifts. It doesn't necessarily have to be high-priced items. It certainly could just be, what's the value or the item that is enough, a perceived value that says, I was thinking of you.
Right.
I shared the example. There's a lady I know that brings me a bottle of beer every 2 weeks, and it's something that she personally brews, and it's not a large dollar amount, but at the end of the day, it says, hey, I was thinking of you, and it was personalized. So, and I appreciate that very much, right? So at the end of the day, we kind of came up with a list here, Rick, of like, what makes a gift, right?
Right.
So I'll hit the list, and you tell me how to translate it. It's functional.
That just means it has shelf life. It has usefulness. It has capacity to help someone experience something better.
Okay. And then utility.
It's similar to functional. It's just that it has a function that has ongoing value. So they're similar.
Okay. So give me some examples. Well, the Yeti cup at one point, right?
The Yeti cup is definitely functional, and they're really quality, and they last. And if you put your brand on it, there's a tax deductible nature to it. But you want it to look professional enough that they would want to take it out in public. It might even be, here's another functional gift, a pair of scissors from Cutco. I don't know if you're aware, they make a pair of scissors that are so durable and long lasting and sharp that you can cut a penny in half. And it's the neatest gift because you can illustrate that. Not that you'd go cutting up a lot of pennies, but you only have to do it once to leave a lasting impression. And I know I brought one home with our brand from our team, a few years ago. And 10 minutes into having it, my wife requested a second pair to go. We have a cabin up at the lake, and she's like, we need 2 of these. And so anything where someone's like, I can't believe you thought of me, and this is such a useful, cool thing, that implies utility.
All right. What about uniqueness?
Well, that just goes down to being creative and recognizing something they like that maybe the rest of the world hasn't caught on to. And again, maybe it's a reminder that, well, I don't know, a lot of people are into F1 all of a sudden around me in my household anyway, which is Formula One racing. And so a unique gift might be a free pass to a race or to something that related to it, or even just the acknowledgement. Hey, did you know that tickets went on sale for the new Miami F1 course? So F1 is a European race series, and only a few years ago did they come to the United States, and they created this really amazing racetrack in Austin, Texas, and now Miami has a course. And so it's a new thing in their inaugural years this year. And so maybe it's just letting them know, hey, I found a link to where you can buy tickets. I know you're into racing. That's a gift, because it's the gift of thoughtfulness, and it's very specific and it's unique.
It's personalized, right? Unique.
Highly.
Sometimes it's personalized. And then we wrote down thoughtfulness, right? Like it has to come with a meaning that you thought of them.
Right. Well, and I think you wrap up the prior three examples of utility and functionality and creative. You're going to illustrate thoughtfulness. That's going to be inherent.
Talk to me about quality.
Quality just implies it's not some, trinket that, immediately goes into the trash because they either have too many of it or don't recognize value. It's hard to throw away something that has weight and a feel and just, reeks of quality. There's just quality stands on its own. I might even have multiples, but whatever I send out, I want it to be better than the one they already had if it's a common product and one that they might use uniquely or differently. But
100%.
quality is a big deal.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's a perceived value. And I think it's important to point out that it's not necessarily a dollar value, it's the perceived value.
Absolutely. And, that's called smart investing.
Smart investing, right? And the exponential payoff in gift receiving or giving is the story it creates. So here we are telling stories about gifts we've received. But if you give somebody a gift as a real estate professional, and that gift becomes a story, whether it's a pair of Cutco scissors or a personalized book of their house or whatever it is, it creates a story down the line around that experience and that gift you gave. That's really kind of the exponential payoff of giving gifts. But at the end of the day, it's also an easy way for you to understand you really spoke to their love language, right? Because they're continually telling the story.
That's exactly right. And for the person that gifts is their love language, nothing outruns hand delivered or mailed or a package. It could even be, so I just had another idea. Even someone falls prey to sickness or, maybe or even the day you move in where you don't have all of your cupboards filled and your fridge, come by with a, to-go order of, feed five, kind of a fast five feeding frenzy. You can really make an impression on somebody, or a big bowl of soup. You pick up, like, I know Tosco and Roswell Road used to have this medicinally, I'm sure it's a wives' tale to some degree, but chicken soup, and they had one of the best. But to go pick up a pint or a quart of that and deliver it really has lasting value, especially in time of need. So recognizing need and being timely makes a difference too.
Perfect. Well, talk to me about branded gifts. Like, is branding an important thing?
I mean, ultimately, you want to remind them that, that the source of the gift, but if it's I don't think it's required, but I think it's a cool thing if it's subtle enough and it's sophisticated enough and it lands, professionally. There's no flaw in branding. And I do believe there's some tax code that speaks to writing off gifts and when you can and can't, and the amount and the value.
100%.
So we're not going down that path, but yeah, branding's cool. Anytime you get a double dip for a cool gift that also reinforces your brand, it's a home run. Another idea is, if you're going to send a gift, it's not a bad idea to send it somewhere where other people will notice and recognize the gift. Like if you're going to send an edible arrangement of fruit, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That's another cool gift. Or a big floral arrangement after a closing or going under contract. It's pretty smart to send that somewhere like their office or somewhere where, again, the social recognition of that gift is inherent without being overt.
There you go. So really, understanding your database and understanding the opportunity of gift giving. I personally think I would take from this conversation, hey, what are the branded things that I could be strategic and go ahead and order now and have on hand to be able to gift give throughout 2022 would be very strategic and smart right now. And at the same time, take that list that we created of functional and utility and uniqueness or creative, and certainly a gift that gives thoughtfulness to people inside the real estate industry. I'd put some thought to that.
Exactly right. And as an example, you buy in bulk, there's these pins. I don't know if you can see it. This one happens to say Porsche on it, but it's got a graphite bezel and it's just I'll keep this thing. In fact, the ink has run out and I'm trying to figure out where I can order more ink refills. So, but if you buy these, 20, 50, 30, 100 at a time, you can really find affordable gifts that are also quality, that are branded and subtle and sophisticated. And just another example of hey, I was thinking about you. Every time they pick it up, they have to think about you.
There you go. Rick, Hale, Mojo Monday, my friend.
Mojo Monday. We love you guys. Appreciate you.